Good evening and welcome to the Collegewise Virtual College Fair. We're glad you've joined us this evening. Tonight's format is a 6x6, which means that each of our 6 colleges will have 6 minutes to present their information. As this is a webinar, your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see you or hear you. Therefore, if you have questions, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to ask those questions at any time. Our presenters will get back to you individually. This is just a reminder too that while this is our last session for the evening, there are recordings available of all of the previous sessions. So whether you want to review tonight's session or go back and check out a school that maybe you have missed, know that all of the recordings of all of our sessions are on the Collegewise website. So with that said, let's get started. Our first presenter tonight is from DePaul University.
Thank you so much. I am going to share my screen. So thank you all for coming. My name is Amanda Woolley, and I am Assistant Director of Admissions for DePaul University. I am a regional located out of the Metro New York City area, but we are based in Chicago. So we, as you can see by this picture here, we are located within the city of Chicago, which has over 100 distinct neighborhoods. And we actually have 2 campuses in the city. We have one in the Lincoln Park neighborhood, which you can kind of see from this picture. It's our more residential neighborhood. You have the campus, a quad, buildings around the quad, and we're also right off the L. We're at the Fullerton stop of the red, purple, and brown lines. And then we also have a Loop campus. So Loop, located in the downtown area of Chicago, has about 5 buildings. I call that our vertical campus. And with that vertical campus, it's where different colleges and schools are located. We have about 300 majors located between those 2 campuses, and it spurs between about 8 different colleges and schools for our undergraduates. DePaul is the largest Catholic school in the country, with just over 16,000 undergraduate students and 22,000 total students. We are under the Vincentian mission and named after St. Vincent de Paul, who was a 17th century priest that really taught about uplifting the community and surrounding yourself and helping others. So social justice is really at the core of who we are. You can kind of see from this picture, you see St. Vinny on one of our residence halls, but this is a picture looking onto the downtown Chicago area. One great thing about DePaul is our hands-on classes. We do, even though we are a very large institution, our average class size is 22 students. 90% of our classes are less than 40, and 98% of our classes are taught by professors. So we aren't having those graduate students teaching any of our courses. They are really taught by professors, and that is something that we really focus on. Yes, while we do have research on campus, the main focus of DePaul is teaching well and the students getting that hands-on education in a lot of our different majors. You can kind of see some of our top 5 majors on this slide. Film and television right now is skyrocketing, and that's really our most popular program on campus. We have a secondary space for those students to work out of at CineSpace Studios. CineSpace is a professional production studio where Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, all of those Chicago-based shows film out at, and our students have 3 stages in that professional production space. Health sciences is also another prime major at DePaul, where we have students that are going on to different medical programs. We also have partnerships with schools like Rosalind Franklin, and accounting, psychology, computer science. They round up that top 5. Our colleges and schools, we have the College of Business, the College of Communication, and the College of Computing and Digital Media. Those three colleges are mainly located at our Loop campus, so right in the heart of the business district of Chicago. Then you have the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, the College of Education, the College of Science and Health, and then our conservatory-like programs of music and theater, all located at the Lincoln Park campus. So depending on what you're wanting to study would be where you would take most of your classes. We are a part of the Big East. So we are a Division I athletics program. We are one of the founding members of the Big East. So men's basketball, women's basketball, sadly no football, but we do have a lot of great athletics happening on campus. I know many of you might not have been able to take a test this year, whether that's the SAT or the ACT. DePaul has been test optional since 2012. So we are very much encouraging students that you do not have to submit test scores this year. And we also have a free application. So it doesn't cost anything to apply to DePaul. And if you do apply by our early action deadline of November 15th, you will hear no later than December 15th with a decision. Now, a little bit about, student life and the city of Chicago. Like I said, we really consider the whole city our campus, even though we are based in those two different neighborhoods. Students that come to DePaul will receive what's called a U-Pass that allows for unlimited rides on the metro or the L or the subway, depending on what you call it in your area. So you won't ever have to worry about going around on the train. We are there to help you out. DePaul has about 80 plus study abroad programs. We also have a wonderful career center on campus that I would be happy to talk to you more about. Here is my contact information on the slide. So if you have any future questions, I am here to help you out. So it was nice to talk to you a little bit about DePaul, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thanks so much, Amanda. Our next presenter is from Lake Forest College.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Let me just get my screen shared briefly. Let's see here. Excellent. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Franklin Gaglione. I'm an assistant director of admissions here at Lake Forest College, and we're going to do our best to cover the greatest hits of Lake Forest in just about 6 minutes. So to first off get started, if you're not familiar with our location too much, we are located just 30 miles outside of from the center of downtown Chicago. So we really see ourselves as a best of both worlds fit location for students that really strongly desire a close-knit residential liberal arts college, but don't want to feel like they're in the middle of nowhere in an isolated location. So as I go further on, I think you'll find ways that we both foster the community of a great liberal arts college, but also provide excellent urban access that is unique among our institutions. A few things about who goes to Lake Forest. We have an enrollment of about 1,600 total students from about 45 states and almost 100 countries. And most of our students come from out of state. So my students who are on this call this evening, who might come from the East Coast or other states outside of the Midwest, you're part of our majority here at the college. And we think it's really important to bring students from a wide variety of locations. We really put a premium on affordability at Lake Forest. About 1/3 of our students identify as Pell eligible. So we really want to make sure that we're meeting the financial needs of students throughout our applicant base. And we have a heavy emphasis on career placement and career development, with an average of 97% of our students employed or in jobs during graduate school within just 6 months of graduation. So in terms of our time frames today, I want to cover 4 things that I think make Lake Forest a really unique and special place for students to attend, particularly among their respective small liberal arts college options. The first of which I want to discuss is really our pragmatic approach to the liberal arts. And within the liberal arts, we feel very familiar and very safe. Our average class is about 19 students. We offer over 50 academic programs, and over half of our student body will double major. So for those of students here that have really disparate or divergent interests, you are among good company here, and we really welcome those students who want to major in music and biology at the same time. Where we take things a step further for our students is a really heavy emphasis on internships, research, and overall experiential learning opportunities that take that learning beyond the classroom. We've found significantly over time that this really not only helps students feel that their experience in college has been more worthwhile, but they feel increasingly more prepared for their career and calling options after they graduate. Speaking in a similar vein to talking about research and internship opportunities, we really do want to make sure that the same quality mentorship relationships that you develop in the classroom are also developed from a career counseling perspective. You're assigned a career advisor at Lake Forest from your first day on campus, and we actually employ double the number of staff in career advising for most institutions of our size. So students who typically might wonder, well, I'm an undecided major, but I thought about going both to medical school and also in the business field, can feel they're working with a specialist no matter what sort of career option sounds interesting to them. We also invented a series of career pathways that students can hop on from their first days at the college to really help navigate that initial search. Our career pathways are offered in business and finance, law and public service, communication and creative arts, and science and healthcare, and a build your own pathway. So students, again, can really more easily navigate that very kind of murky space of, I have this major, I have this interest, but how do I go find the internships and career opportunities that are interesting to me? We also offer a lot of signature programs on campus, and one of the big benefits of being in the greater Chicagoland area is the ability to bring tons of employment recruiters, alumni, and friends of the college to campus to not only sharpen student skills, but in many cases lead to formal internships and job offers toward the latter half of college as well. I would be remiss to not talk a little bit more about our relationship with the city of Chicago. Despite being a bit of a distance away compared to my colleague at DePaul in her presentation, we logistically find it very easy for students to make their way to and from the city of Chicago. It's simply a 5-minute walk from, about a 5 or 10 minute walk from campus to downtown Lake Forest, where the metro, which is our commuter train line, is located. Students can simply hop on the train and be in downtown Lake Forest in less than an hour. So whether it be a sports game or a cool coffee shop or a unique neighborhood, we really push students to explore life beyond campus as much as we ask them to develop relationships on campus. One unique program that we offer is actually our In the Loop program, which is a residential semester in downtown Chicago. So for students who maybe have really envisioned wanting that significantly more urban experience, in addition to the community on campus, have that option for a semester anytime after the end of their first year at the college. The last big piece that I want to touch on with our time today is the diversity of our student body. Our institution is arguably one of the most diverse liberal arts colleges, at least in the Midwest, but perhaps nationally, with about a third of our students identifying as domestic students of color, 14% of our students identifying as international students, and again, about a third of our students identifying as Pell eligible students, meaning they come from the bottom 20% of wealth in our country. So for any students on this call that feel meeting students from different walks of life or different experiences for them have value for their own personal development and growth, we feel very confident that you're going to sort of have that experience to be really rich and impactful during your time at the college, and really sort of shape your perspective for your life moving forward. I think with the time I have, that's all I have formally to present. The last thing I'll add, like my colleague at DePaul, we are test optional for admission. We have been since 2006. Our first early action deadline is upcoming on November 1st. We also offer an early action 2 and regular decision deadline, where it is free to apply both from our website and on the common application. And I think that will do it for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So our next presenter is from North Central College.
All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our virtual visit for North Central College. My name is Jake Sanborn, and I am a first-year admission counselor here at North Central. And who are we at North Central College? So we prepare our students to exceed their personal best. We have done this through creating 3 pillars of elevating confidence, inspired instruction from faculty members to help students realize their direction. So here you'll find a couple of our nationally recognized lists. On this list, I always like to point out, we are located in Naperville, Illinois, so ranked as one of the best cities to live in America. And then also Money Magazine rates us as one of your best colleges for your money. We are a community of learners, so we're about 3,000 total students. About 50-50 male, female, about 50-50 commuters to residents, and about 40% of our students identify as first-generation college students, and that's one of our well-known programs on campus that we take great pride in having for our students. We are a Division III athletics program, part of the CCIW, College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. As a Division III institution, we cannot offer any athletic scholarships, but you can see there with 40 national team championships, we have found a way to be rather successful, both with our running programs, our women's triathlon, and our men's football program, most recently winning national titles last fall. Located in Naperville, Illinois, about 150,000 residents. Again, number 3 on best cities to live, but also one of the safest college towns to live. And with that proximity to the city, we are also walking distance to a train station, the metro station, which opens up our campus to the city for our students to take advantage of all of the resources the city has to offer. Just a quick walk, couple blocks, and then on an express 30 minutes, you can be in the city. If it's a local, maybe 45 to 1 hour. So Cardinals are involved in many different on-campus activities. We're leaders in the classroom and in the lab. And then we're also mentored by our professional faculty members. As I mentioned, the First Gen program run by Julie Carballo is something that we take great pride in. But all of our faculty members have a sense of ownership of creating success with our students through that, realizing that direction, inspired instruction, as we talked about earlier. Our Cardinals are difference makers. So through service trips or sustainability, the Union is a faith-based music venue on campus. So a lot of different ways to stay involved and create those career opportunities where our students are launching their careers from campus. One personal side note on this page, Mo Mitchell in our business and entrepreneurship degree track. He was a 4-year student athlete, full-time student, wrestled on campus, but had also created his own business as a high schooler, but was able to bring that business to campus and not only maintain it and operate it, but grow it through the resources on campus. So we're prepared for you to exceed your personal best in the classroom and in your major. Sorry, taking a little bit longer to go through. But our average class size, anywhere between 15 and 20, student to faculty ratio 14 to 1. 100% of our faculty members have their terminal degree in their field. So I think that speaks a lot to our faculty members continuing their education and being continued learners. Here's a full list of all the majors and programs that we offer. And then if you can make it to campus, you can see some of the updated resources and facilities that we have. So this should lead me to the admission process. There are 3 different ways to apply on our website through the Common App or the Coalition for College Access. This fall, we are test optional now. So once you have submitted your application, sending in your transcripts if you are applying test optional. But if you do want to apply with the traditional application, you can send in your test scores as well. And we will work through, the admission process into completing your FAFSA information. Merit scholarships are you'll be notified of that upon acceptance, ranging between $19,000 and $26,000 per year, and those can be combined with other institutional and department scholarships and grants as well. One thing to note on the FAFSA application, we do have students that are selected for verification, but it is just a way to ensure you are getting the amount of aid needed. And then once you get to the end of the process, submitting your deposit and on your way to becoming a Cardinal. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Trinity Christian College.
Thank you, Julie. I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you. All right. Well, my name's Brad Lanning. I'm the Recruitment and Community Engagement Officer here at Trinity Christian College and a 1989 alumnus as well of the institution. Trinity is a small private Christian liberal arts college. We're located in Palos Heights, Illinois, which is a comfortable, safe suburb, approximately 30 minutes southwest of the city of Chicago. Trinity's goal, as we've set out with our long-range plan, is to innovate, to invest, and to inspire. First of all, to innovate and be creative, making sure we meet the needs of all of our students and provide them with the best and most current education and college experience. We wish to invest and deepen the campus community, creating greater diversity, becoming more unified, and cultivating a best-in-class network that is transformational for both Trinity and the Chicagoland area. And finally, to inspire our students. We wish to have thrive here at Trinity, to lead in their professions and engage in their community. Trinity, as I said, is a smaller Christian liberal arts college. It's approximately 1,200 students at the college, which includes our undergraduates, our graduate and adult studies students as well. About half of our students are residential, the other half are commuters. And you should ask yourself the question, why Trinity? Let me just give you a few reasons for you to seriously consider Trinity as a school for you to attend over the next 4 years. Over 98% of our 2019 graduating class were employed or in graduate school within the first 6 months after graduation. Trinity continues to be ranked in the top tier of best colleges by the US News and World Report. Our student to faculty ratio is 10-1. Average class size is around 20 students per class or less. And we see your value. We believe the world needs innovative thinkers like yourself. Everyone has different passions and gifts, and at Trinity, we have tools to help students be successful and help them on their path to fulfill their calling and vocation. Our academic programs are rigorous, with full-time professors that are experts in their field and that also care about you as a student. We offer over 80 majors. And here's a few program highlights. Our nursing program is ranked #1 in the state of Illinois, and we've had a 100% passing rate on the NCLEX 5 out of the last 6 years. Our accounting program in the business area in 2020, had graduates that had the highest average exam score in the state on their CPA, which was administered by the Illinois Board of Examiners. Finally, our social work program is an accredited program and ranked #6 in Illinois. So in our 80 majors, nursing, business, and various areas within business, and education, elementary, secondary ed are some of our biggest programs on campus. Some others that are up and coming here at the college includes art therapy, our speech and language pathology. Data analytics will begin in fall of 2021. We have a writing and web design major, and also bioinformatics. One other unique piece about Trinity Christian College is that while many schools suggest or encourage you to have an internship At Trinity, 100% of our students gain field experience with an internship because it's required for graduation. And our students are taking on internships both within the surrounding suburbs to the college, as well as the city of Chicago, and also some of the neighboring states in the 5-state Midwest area. Looking at the admissions process, as others have talked about, we are a test optional school this year, and we'll look at your application based strictly on transcripts, as well as include your test scores if you so choose. We have visits that are ongoing and regularly occurring. We have an open house coming up on November 13. That's in person and on campus for 20 students and their guest. We also have Trim Talks going on every Tuesday night through December 8th, which is an evening opportunity for about an hour to focus on a themed area at the college. So we'd encourage you to consider Trinity Christian College, make that application, and we look forward to including you as part of Troll Nation. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Brad. And our last presenter tonight is Loyola University, Chicago.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you've been enjoying tonight. My name is Adam Schilling. I'm an admissions counselor here in our undergraduate office. I'm a graduate of Loyola Chicago myself, 2011 to 2015, which is ancient history at this point, but I can interject a couple of my student stories in there. But I'll go ahead and share my screen as well and get my little presentation going. We are Loyola University Chicago. We're a Jesuit Catholic institution. If you've never heard who the Jesuits are, they are an order of Catholic priests within the Catholic Church. You definitely know of one. That's the current Pope. Pope Francis is the first Jesuit Pope. And when you look at the Jesuits, they're known mainly throughout history for their dedication to education. So there's 27 Jesuit universities across the United States, even more across the world. And for you as a student, really what that means is you're going to get a really well-rounded liberal arts education. So through our core curriculum, you're going to be, of course, you're going to be an expert in your major, but you're going to be exposed to a bunch of different knowledge areas, different subjects through our core curriculum that are going to make you a really well-rounded student and therefore be way more adaptable and ready to tackle any challenges when you get out into the quote-unquote real world and start your career. Second pillar I like to talk about a Jesuit school is social justice. So like some other my colleagues have talked about here today, we try to practice social justice as much as possible. We are by no means a perfect institution, but we want you to get out in the world and use what you're learning in the classroom for good. So looking at the community, just over 12,000 undergraduate students, definitely a mid-sized school. Average class size is around 26. The largest class you'll take at Loyola is 100 students, maybe 110. So your professors will get to know you. They'll be really instrumental in your careers later on, letters of recommendation, for an internship, anything like that. We have tons of majors, really all you can think of. 98% of our students have a job or go into grad school immediately after graduating. And we are here in the city of Chicago. So we're on the north side. If you're familiar with the city of Chicago, we're about 25-30 minutes from downtown in a neighborhood called Rogers Park. The picture you're seeing right now is our Lakeshore campus, as you can tell, right on Lake Michigan. So some beautiful property there. This is where you'll be spending most of your time as a student, but we also have a campus in downtown called the Water Tower campus. It's right off Michigan Avenue in the John Hancock building. If you're interested in the School of Business, Communications, if you want to go into law school, that's where those are located. And you'll be spending a lot of time down there as well. We also have a campus in Rome, Italy. So if you're interested in studying abroad, once you're a sophomore, you can do that for a semester if you'd like. And studying abroad is great. Give you a semester abroad. You can go to Rome. We also have a center in Vietnam, or we can connect you to 150 other programs pretty much across the world and all kinds of different countries. So looking at the academics, we have really strong academics across the board. We're most known for our medical sciences like bio, chem, psych, neuroscience, things that will lead students to go on the pre-med track, to eventually go on to medical school. But we also have the best undergraduate business school in Chicago. We have a really strong communications program. Our 4-year direct entry nursing program is really rigorous and really well respected. I myself have a degree in secondary education from Loyola, where you spend 1,200 plus hours in the classroom and are fully licensed to teach in Illinois by the time you graduate. So you really know your stuff there. Same with the School of Social Work. You do 2 required internships or field work. So really a lot of what we do at Loyola is active participation in your learning. You're going to be not just sitting in a classroom listening to a professor lecture, you're going to be participating, whether it's in a lab or doing some kind of clinical. We also are very deeply involved with sustainability. We have a School of Environmental Sustainability where you can learn about policymaking, the actual science, get involved in that. We have a biodiesel lab on campus where we take all the waste from our dining halls and whatever students donate from their rooms and turn it into fuel for our inter-campus shuttles that run back and forth between our Lakeshore and Water Tower campuses. So that's great too. And then finally, we have a Parkinson's School of Health Science and Public Health that was opened last year, very timely given what's going on in the world with the COVID-19 pandemic. So if you've been looking around and seeing governments, different organizations' responses, that's the field of public health. So that's a full-fledged major you can join there. I mentioned the small class sizes, but the professors are all PhD holders. You're not going to be taught by a grad assistant or a TA. The professors will be teaching you and they will know your face and be able to help you along the way. We're also a D1 school. You might have seen our men's basketball team make a Final Four run a couple of years ago. That was really exciting and definitely put us on the map for basketball. We also have a really strong men's volleyball team as well. They won 2 championships back to back when I was a student. So those are always free for students to show your ID. And definitely now more than ever, school spirit is at an all-time high. And then with that too, student engagement on campus is super, super high. This is definitely a campus where you walk around and you are involved in something, maybe 1 or 2 clubs, intramurals, or some kind of major related club, some activity. You'll always see something going on. It's really easy to start a club. You just need 5 other friends and a staff member to sponsor it. You can start your own club too. And we also have Greek life. It's about 15% of our student body. So if you want to join that as well. How do you get here? Our application's very straightforward, super easy. You can go straight to our website. You can go on the Common App or something called the Coalition app. Totally free. Apply there. We are also test optional this year. So you will not have to submit a test score unless you want to apply for nursing or engineering. If you want to do that, you will need an ACT or SAT. But if you can't get one because of the pandemic, don't worry. Give me a call. We can all work it out and go from there. But that's all I really have for you tonight. Hope everyone's staying safe and well. Thanks for joining us. See you later.
Outstanding. Well, since we only had 5 schools in this round, I would love to have all of my panelists come back out virtually, turn on your cameras and your microphones. I want to just ask one quick question of all of you as we kind of close out tonight's presentation. So here is my question. As admission professionals, what kind of advice can you give to students who are going through this college search process? And we'll start with Amanda again from DePaul and go in the same order that we went in before. So Amanda, advice for a high school junior or senior looking for a college.
Well, I guess I'll start off with even my pre-COVID advice, and that's get a email address that you will check often. This could be something as easy as like amandawoolleycollege@gmail.com. So something that is also specifically for college, geared towards college. So you're not having to have it spam your personal email, because this process is really just a 2-year form, but you need to be able to check that email often. And it is professional enough. It is a professional email that when somebody reads it, they can just know what it is. Instead of maybe discussing it like, oh my gosh, did you see that email? So that is something that I really appreciate, is having a professional email and one that you will check often.
Outstanding. Franklin, how about you? How can you help these students?
Certainly. I mean, one piece of advice I give to students is really thinking about the college, which is not sort of a match to be made rather than a game to be won. So I always tell students, you frequently will likely have many right choices, and it's all about finding the place that is right to you, not necessarily the place that has the highest ranking or the fanciest residence halls, but really the place where you feel like you're going to be at home, be accepted, be comfortable, and can really thrive and grow as a person. Hopefully that coincides with visiting a campus and feeling that atmosphere, even though that is a little more challenging under our current circumstances. But my colleagues probably would agree, we're in it for the long haul with you to help give you as much as we can to peel back the onion that is a college community.
Jacob, any words of advice from you?
Yeah, I would kind of piggyback or add on to that too, in terms of just like making as many connections on those campuses as possible. So if you have those few schools that check a lot of boxes, reach out to us and get in touch with a faculty member or a coach or a student ambassador, someone that when you get to campus, you can feel connected and feel a part of the campus. And on top of that, learn from me, from my mistakes, and just fill out as many applications for scholarships as possible. Any free money is awesome. So, just get a few well-written essays, submit those applications for $200, $500, $1,000, whatever it is. Free money is always good money.
Outstanding, yes, because you can't pay for college with what you find in your couch. That's for sure. Brad.
Yeah, I'm going to continue on that connecting theme and just encourage our students as well to reach out to alumni of the school, maybe in the area or major that they're interested in studying. Check and see what it is some of those alumni are up to and doing now with their degree from the college that you're looking at. Also really important to connect to some of the current students as well in those different programs. But just another opportunity for connecting is not forgetting the alumni of the institution.
Absolutely. And Adam, bring us home. What do you got?
Well, when you look at the application, anytime you see something optional, don't read optional, read required. So if it's an essay, if it's a resume, I know just from my own experience, anything like that I see with an application will only help make you more of a human being and less of just a name on a computer screen.
Absolutely. The only thing I would say is test optional probably does mean optional, especially in these weird pandemic times that we're living in.
That's
so thank you all for your contributions. Thank you all for sharing the best of your institutions. I just want to remind all of our participants tonight that there is going to be a short survey at the end of this presentation. So certainly they can go ahead and answer those 4 questions. Unfortunately, there are no more sessions to sign up for, but you can always review the sessions that have happened by watching those recordings. So again, on behalf of Collegewise and all of our presenters tonight, thank you for joining us and stay well.